Good morning. Today, let's solve the last exercise of this chapter based on properties of triangles. So, exercise 6.3, question number 1. In figure, sides QP and RQ of triangle PQR are produced to points S and T respectively. If angle SPR equal to 135 degree and angle PQT equal to 110 degree, find angle PRQ. Yes, figure. We can see in the figure that angle SPR, that is this angle, is given as 135 degree. Angle PQT, that is this angle, is given as 110 degree. And we have to find angle PRQ, that is this angle we have to find. Now for solution, from figure it is given that angle SPR plus angle QPR equal to 180 degree by linear pair axiom, because they make linear pair of angles. Let's see in the figure. Yes, we can see that angle SPR, that is this angle, plus angle QPR, that is this angle. When these two angles are added, they make 180 degree because they are linear pair angles. Now one of the angle value we already know, so we can find the value of another angle. Now putting the value of angle SPR 135 degree plus angle QPR equal to 180 degree. Already angle SPR equal to 135 degree is given in the question. Further solving, we get angle QPR equal to 180 degree minus 135 degree equal to 45 degree. Now angle PQT equal to angle QPR plus angle PRQ according to exterior angle property, or also you can write exterior angle theorem. We get angle PQT equal to angle QPR plus angle PRQ. Yes. This is the exterior angle of angle triangle PQR, that is PQT. This angle is your exterior angle of triangle PQR. Now we have learned exterior angle property of triangle, that an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. Now let us see the two interior opposite angles of this exterior angle, that is angle angle P here, that is QPR. Another opposite interior angle is angle PRQ. So again, according to exterior angle property, angle PQT, that is this angle PQT, is equal to angle PQR, that is this angle QPR, this angle, plus angle PRQ, this angle. So this angle will be equal to the sum of these two angles. Inserting the values of the angles which we are having, that is already in question angle PQT is given 110 degree, and here above only we have found the value of angle QPR. So we insert the values, that is 110 degree equal to 45 degree plus angle PRQ, implies that angle PRQ equal to 110 degree minus 45 degree, that will be angle PRQ will be equal to 65 degree. Next question. Question number 2. In figure, angle x equal to 62 degree, angle xyz equal to 54 degree. If YO and ZO are the bisectors of angle XYZ and angle XZY respectively of triangle XYZ, find angle OZY and angle YOZ. Yes. According to the question, it is given this angle, whole angle is given as 62 degree. Again it is given XYZ, means this whole angle is given as 54 degree. These two are bisectors, that is YO is the bisector of this angle and ZO is the bisector of this angle, that is XZY. Once again, bisector means bisector divides the given angle into two equal parts, into two equal measurements. Now we have to find angle OZY. This angle we have to find, small half part. And we have to find this angle YOZ. These two angles we have to find. Let's see the solution. Or solution in triangle XYZ. Angle XYZ plus angle YXZ plus angle XZY equal to 180 degree. According to angle sum property, we have learned that the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So using angle sum property, first we find the missing third angle of the triangle, because we already know that angle YXZ, this angle is given. Again we have been given angle XYZ. We will first find this whole angle. This angle first we will find. So using the angle sum property, that is angle YXZ plus angle XYZ plus angle XZY equal to 180 degree. Insert the values of the given angles. We get 62 degree plus 54 degree plus angle XZY equal to 180 degree. Further solving implies that angle XZY equal to 180 degree minus 116 degree equal to 64 degree. Now further we can see in the figure that since we got this whole angle, this angle we have got at 64 degree, we have found it out. Now we have to find half of it. Now we know that as ZO is the bisector of this angle, that is XZY, this will be, that is angle OZY will be half of angle XZY. Why? Because it is given that ZO is the bisector of angle XZY. Bisector means it divides the given angle into two equal parts. Similarly, further we will need another angle also. So again, YO is the bisector of angle XYZ. So this angle, that is angle OYZ, will be half of angle XYZ, which is already given as 54 degree. So its half will be 27 degree. This will become 27 degree half, and again this we got whole as 64 degree. So this half will become 32 degree. So using the bisectors of the given angles, we can find the half of it. Now YO is the bisector of angle XYZ, as I explained in the figure. Therefore angle OYZ equal to half of angle XYZ, that is equal to half into 54 degree, that is equal to 27 degree. Similarly, ZO is the bisector of angle ZXY. Therefore angle OZY will be half of angle XZY. that is equal to half of 64 degree, because we have found that angle XZY equal to 64 degree. So half of 64 degree will be equal to 32 degree. Further, again a small triangle is there in given triangle XYZ, that is in triangle OYZ we have angle OYZ plus angle OZY plus angle YOZ equal to 180 degree according to angle sum property. That is, sum of all the three angles of the triangle will be 180. Yes, we can see in the figure that for this small triangle, that is triangle YOZ, you can write OYZ, or also you can write OZY, whatever way you are writing this small triangle. When we add all these three triangles, that is OYZ plus OZY plus YOZ will give 180 degree. Right now only we found the value of this angle, that is 27 degree. This angle we have found as 32 degree, and all summation of all the three angles will give 180 degree. So we can find the missing angle YOZ. Now inserting the values of the angles, we get 27 degree plus 32 degree plus angle YOZ equal to 180 degree. Implies that angle YOZ equal to 180 degree minus 59 degree. That will be angle YOZ will be equal to 121 degree. Hence, according to question, angle OZY will be equal to 32 degree and angle YOZ will be equal to 121 degree. Next question, that is question number 3. In figure, if AB is parallel to DE, angle BAC equal to 35 degree and angle CDE equal to 53 degree, find angle DCE. Yes, according to the question, let's cross check the figure. It is been given that angle BAC, this angle is given as 35 degree. Angle CDE, this angle is given as 53 degree. And we have to find angle DCE, that is this angle we have to find. For solution, from figure angle BAE equal to angle AED. Why? Because it is given in the question that AB is parallel to DE. Yes, this is given, AB is parallel to DE. So this AE will become your transversal. So we will get these two angles, that is angle BAE. You can write whole BAE equal to angle AED. This is your this another angle AED. These two angles will be equal because they are pair of alternate interior angles. Once again, angle BAE, this angle BAE will be equal to angle AED, as they make a pair of alternate interior angles when two parallel lines, that is AB parallel to CD, is intersected by a transversal AE. So using this we get these both angles equal. So we will write it in the bracket. Since AB is parallel to DE and AE is transversal, so these two angles are equal as they make alternate interior angles pair. Implies that angle BAC equal to angle CED. We can also write in place of BAE, this we have taken whole BAE, but we will not write till E because we have taken BAE, but we can write it as short also. Till here also we can write, that is BAC, and in place of AED, this is your angle AED. We cannot write A, but we can write C because C is the part of line AE. So we'll write till here only, that is CED. So we take at angle BAC equal to angle CED. Already we can see in the question that value of angle BAC is given as 35 degree. Therefore, angle CED will be also 35 degree. Further solving. Now, angle CDE plus angle DCE plus angle CED equal to 180 degree according to angle sum property. That is, sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That is these three angles. Angle CDE. This is your angle CDE. We have taken this triangle now. CDE. In this triangle, angle CDE plus angle DCE, which we have found out right now, plus angle DCE will be equal to 180 degree. This value already know, it is given as 53 degree. This we have found out right now above only, that is 35 degree. So we can find the third missing angle of the triangle. So inserting the values, we get 53 degree plus angle DCE plus 35 degree equal to 180 degree. Implies that angle DCE equal to 180 degree minus 88 degree implies that angle DCE equal to 90 degree. In this way, using only either exterior angle property with linear pair, या alternate interior angles, या vertically opposite angles, या using both together, that is angle sum property and exterior angle property, we can find out the missing angles in the on the given question. Next question, that is question number 4. In figure, if lines PQ and RS intersects at point T such that angle PRT equal to 40 degree, angle RPT equal to 95 degree and angle TSQ equal to 75 degree, find angle SQT. Let's see the figure. It is given that line PRS, PR and SQ are intersect at point T. This here. This is the point of intersection where two lines are intersected. Now, it is given that angle PRT, this angle is given as 40 degree. Angle RPT, this is given as 95 degree. Then further it is given angle QST equal to 75 degree, and we have to find out angle SQT. This we have to find. This angle we have to find. Now, looking at the figure, we can see we get two triangles when we look at the figure. This is the one triangle. You can take it as PRT as the first triangle. So first, you can see that in PRT already two angles measurement is given. So using angle sum property, first we'll find the third angle. Now, when we look the another triangle, that is this triangle, SQT or TQS, whatever you write, another triangle, only one measurement is given, but we can, from the previous triangle, we can see that these two make an vertically opposite pair of angles. So these two angles will be equal. Again, in the second triangle, we will get two measurement. So we can find the third angle easily. Let's do the solution. In triangle PRT, angle RPT plus angle PRT plus angle PT are equal to 180 degree according to angle sum property. Inserting the values of the three angles, that is angle PRT is already given as 40 degree, angle RPT is given as 95 degree. So 95 degree plus 40 degree plus angle PTR equal to 180 degree. Further solving, we get implies that angle PTR equal to 180 degree minus 135 degree. 135, that is 95 plus 45, and as we transpose the side, plus becomes minus. So we write 180 degree minus 135 degree equal to 45 degree. Now angle QTS will be equal to angle PTR because they make an vertically pair of opposite angles, that is angle QTS. This is this angle and this angle will be equal because they are vertically opposite pair of angles, so they will be equal. Now right now only we have found out that this is 45 degree, so this angle will be also compulsory 45 degree. So we write angle QTS equal to 45 degree. Now in second triangle, that is in triangle STQ, using the angle sum property, we know that sum of all the three angles of this triangle will be equal to 180 degree. So angle QTS plus angle TSQ plus angle SQ3. That is when we add all the three angles of this triangle, this and this, we will get 180 degree by angle sum property. Now inserting the values, we get implies that 45 degree plus 75 degree plus angle SQT equal to 180 degree. Implies that angle SQT equal to 180 degree minus 120 degree. Implies that angle SQT equal to 60 degree. So in this way, using angle sum property repeated times also, we can find the missing angles. Next question, that is question number 5. In figure, if PQ is perpendicular to PS and PQ parallel to SR, angle SQR equal to 28 degree and angle QRT equal to 65 degree, then find the values of X and Y. Let's see the figure. Yes. Now according to the question, it is given that PQ is perpendicular to PS. Perpendicular means it makes here 90 degree angle. Another thing it is given that further PQ is parallel to SR. And one of the angle, that is angle SQR, is given as 28 degree. This 28 degree is given, and another angle QRT is given as 65 degree. We have to find the value of X and Y. Yes, let's solve. Here angle P equal to 90 degree because PQ is perpendicular to PS. This will be, angle P will be 90 degree because PQ is perpendicular to PS, that it makes 90 degree. Also PQ parallel to SR, it is given in the question. Now when PQ is parallel to SR, we get QR as transversal. Yeah, we can take QR as one of the transversal. So we select QR as transversal, that is we have taken PQ parallel to SR, and this QR we have taken as our transversal. So according to this, these two angles, that is angle PQR whole angle, will be equal to angle QRT. They will make alternate interior angle pair. So these both angles will be equal. But we know that angle PQR is divided into two parts, that is X plus 28 will be equal to this already given as 65 degree. So using this, we will find the value of missing X. Therefore angle PQR, as I have shown earlier, equal to angle QRT because they are one of the pair of alternate interior angles. Now we can see in the figure that angle PQR, this is your angle QR, that is X plus 28 equal to angle QRT. The value of angle QRT is given as 65 degree. So X plus 28 degree equal to 65 degree. Further solving implies that X equal to 65 degree minus 28 degree equal to 37 degree. Now to find the value of Y, again in triangle PQS, you can see Again another triangle PQS where angle SPQ plus angle PQS plus angle QSP equal to 180 degree. We have selected now this triangle PQS. So according to angle sum property, this angle plus this angle that is given as y plus this angle that which is given as x, when we add these three angles it will be equal to 180 degree according to angle sum property. So we write angle SPQ plus angle PQS plus angle QSP equal to 180 degree according to angle sum property. Now inserting the values of all these three angles as it is given, one is given as x, another is given as, this is given as x, this is given as y, and this is already given as 90 degree. And for above only ahead only we have found the value of x, that is we have found that x is equal to 37 degree. So using this we will find the missing value of y. So inserting the values we get 90 degree plus x plus y equal to 180 degree, implies that 90 degree plus 37 degree, because value of x we have got as 37 degree plus y equal to 180 degree, implies that y equal to 180 degree minus 127 degree, because 90 degree plus 37 degree is 127 degree, and when we transpose the side it becomes minus. So 180 degree minus 127 degree, therefore y will be equal to 53 degree. Hence the value of x equal to 37 degree and y equal to 53 degree. The last question of this chapter and this exercise also, that is question number 6. In figure, the side QR of triangle PQR is produced to a point S. If the bisectors of angle PQR and angle PRS meet at point T, then prove that angle QTR equal to half of angle QPR. It is given that one of the side of triangle PQR is produced to further point S, and the two bisectors of two angles also meet at a point. Then we have to prove that angle QTR equal to half of angle QPR. A very important question for part of proving. In proof, such questions are very interesting and important also. Let's see the figure according to the question. It is given now that one of the side QR is produced to point S. Further, it is also given that the bisectors of angle PQR, this is the bisector of angle PQR. Similarly, another bisector, that is RT, that is the bisector of angle PRS. These two bisectors meet at a point T, that is PQR when bisected, the bisector will become QT, and similarly when triangle PRS is bisected we get the bisector as RT. Now for solution, given QT is bisector of angle PQR. You can see in the figure that in question it is given that QT, this QT is bisector of angle PQR. Again, bisector means it divides the given angle into two equal parts. So these two angles, that is angle PQR and angle TQR, these two angles will be equal. But we will use another thing in this, that these two are equal, so it can be, you can also write like this, that if QT is bisector of angle PQR, we will get angle TQR, this angle, as half of this whole. PQR, this will be half of whole. This will be half of whole. So we use this and we write that angle TQR equal to half angle PQR. Implies that we transpose 2 on the left hand side, so we get twice angle TQR equal to angle PQR. These two we have taken this side, so it will become twice angle TQR equal to angle PQR. This is your number 1. Now again we have another bisector, that is RT is bisector of angle PRS. This RT is bisector of angle PRS. Similarly, we will get angle TRS, this angle. As half of angle whole this angle. This will be half. Yeah, you can take this also as half of whole angle. So we use here also the same way. Implies that angle TRS equal to half of angle PRS. This angle, this TRS will be half of this whole PRS. Transposing 2 on that side, we get twice angle TRS equal to angle PRS. Let it be given the number 2. So we have found two things using the bisectors of the given angles, that is twice angle TQR. This angle equal to angle PQR. Similarly, twice angle TRS equal to angle PRS. Further, now in triangle PQR, angle PRS equal to angle PQR plus angle QPR. This is exterior angle theorem. Yeah, you can say according to exterior angle property, we get angle PRS, which is the exterior of angle PQR. That is nothing but the summation of two opposite interior angles. Let's see in the figure. Yes, we say that angle PRS, this is your angle PRS equal to angle QPR plus angle PQR. But we can see from 1 means from here we can see that angle PQR is written as angle twice TQR. Similarly, so we in the place of this, that is QPR, we will write as take this angle PQR as twice angle TQR. Similarly, in place of PRS, this angle we will write twice angle TRS, and in place of this angle we will write twice TQR. So inserting these values, we will get in place of angle PRS we write twice angle TRS. This is from number 2. And in place of angle PQR we will write twice angle TQR. This is from 1 plus angle QPR as it is. Further solving, we transpose twice angle TQR on left hand side, so we get twice angle TRS minus twice angle TQR equal to angle QPR. Further, we take out common from the left hand side, that is we take out 2 common. Here from these 2 we will take out 2 common, so we have taken out 2 common. Twice angle TRS minus angle TQR equal to angle QPR. Let it be number 3. Now further, again in triangle QTR, angle TRS equal to angle TQR plus angle QTR. This is again according to exterior angle property. So we will get angle TRS. This as exterior angle. When we select angle QTR, we are selecting now this triangle QTR. Now when we select this as our triangle, we get angle TRS as exterior angle. Now according to exterior angle property, exterior angle theorem, we get exterior angle of this triangle equal to angle TQR, this TQR plus angle QTR, this angle. Yes. So we insert the values ahead. Further we multiply both sides by 2. So we will get twice angle TRS equal to twice angle TQR plus twice angle QTR. Further solving, we multiply both the sides by 2. So we mention it that we are multiplying both the sides by 2. Further, we transpose angle TQR on left hand side. So we get twice angle TRS minus twice angle TQR equal to twice angle QTR. Again we take out common on the left hand side, that is 2 we take out common, so we get twice in bracket angle TRS minus angle TQR equal to twice angle QTR. Now this already we have found from number 3, that twice angle TRS minus twice angle TQR will be equal to angle QPR. This already we have found from in equation 3. You can see that according to equation 3, twice angle TRS minus angle TQR is equal to angle QPR. So we will use this equation and mention the value of twice angle TRS minus angle TQR as angle QPR. So we mention that twice angle TRS minus angle TQR is nothing but it is angle QPR. That is, in place of this we have written angle QPR from equation 3. So we get angle QPR equal to twice angle QTR. Now again we transpose the side of 2. So we will get angle QTR equal to half angle QPR. Hence proved. Again, let's once understand this question, because this is a question of proof which needs 2-3 times repetition to be understood. Yes, to once a brief revision in our figure only. To prove our question, we use the bisector of angle PQR. This is your angle PQR. Bisector of it is given as QT. So we use this and we write that angle TQR is half of angle. This will be half of whole angle PQR. Similarly, we will use another bisector, that is angle, that is RT is the bisector of PRS. And we will get angle TSR as half of this whole angle PRS. Then we use exterior angle theorem for our proof part. That is, first we select triangle PQR. Now when we select this, then we get angle PRS as exterior angle, which will be equal to the sum of angle QPR plus angle PQR, these two angles. Then we will mention the value of PQR. This angle we will take as twice angle TQR. TQR. So this will get twice angle TQR, and this will take it as twice angle TRS. Further, again we will select another triangle, that is triangle. This triangle we will select now second time, that is triangle QTR. Again when we select this triangle, we get angle TRS as exterior angle. So we will write TRS is nothing but angle TQR plus angle QTR. Yes. Then multiplying both the sides by 2, we will get the similar value. Then we have to transpose the side, so we will get the value, and then we will insert the value of equation 3. So in this way, you have to remember step by step to prove the question. That is how we have to prove the question in easy way. Means you have to remember what main steps we are using. So again I repeat in short that we have first used the bisector of angle PQR, then we have used the bisector of angle PRS, then we have used the concept of exterior angle theorem. That is, first we have taken angle PQR and its exterior angle, and then we have taken as another triangle QTR and its exterior angle. So in this way, stepwise, if you try to remember this proof questions, it is easy to remember and do the work yourself. Please copy all the questions of exercises in your CW. Thank you.